We are live on Monday, I almost said March, April 7th, 2025. And we are here. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Forex Focus, where we talk all about mastering the art of trading with a strong mindset. I'm Rhea, and Nick is with me. He should be with me. Are you there,
Yes, I am. I am here.
Nick?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Just want to give you guys a heads up that we might be having a little bit of some internet connection struggles today, and maybe even a little bit of lagging going on. So just wanted to make you guys aware. Um, and, we do apologize for that. Sometimes it happens. Before we dive in, please make sure that you say hello to us in the comments so that we can say hello back and shout you out. Let us know where you're coming from. And as we wait for you guys to respond, today's topic is the dark side of overconfidence. Has there ever been a time where you were so sure about your trading analysis, your technical analysis, and you were so confident in that trade that you took that trade and maybe you risked more on that trade than you might risk other trades? And before you know it, the trade doesn't work out in the way you thought. Or maybe you were so confident in a trade that you decided to stay in the trade, holding the trade longer than what you probably should have. And you lost a lot more capital of your capital just by staying in a trade too long because you were so confident it was going to work out or it was going to turn around. Has that ever happened to you? Let us know in the comments, because today we're going to talk about how being too confident. See, there's pros to being confident in trading, right? But there's also cons to being confident or too confident in our trading that can impact not only our results, but just our overall psychology. So if you are a victim of being overconfident and losing a lot more money, let us know in the comments. Let us know. And don't forget to let us know where you're tuning in from. Miranda, girl, it is so good to see you. I am so grateful to have you here with us. And Nick and I think I speak for both of us when I say that we really value and we appreciate your support. So thank you. Thank you for being
Yeah,
here
that's
today.
correct.
Nick, do you agree with me?
Yes, I sure do.
You better. I'm just kidding. All right, let me see if I can pull up our questions for today so we can get Miranda, how's trading been? I lost a little bit extra money today than what I normally lose. Oh, that was not good. That was not good. I usually lose like maybe 1%. I definitely lost more than 1% today. And I am at a place in my account that I haven't been at in a long time. So I'm not feeling good about that. I have to reevaluate my trades later tonight during Tokyo session. All right. Nick, she said hello to you.
Oh yeah, thank you, Miranda. Yeah. How are you doing? And yes, thanks. We are
Hi,
indeed
Miranda. We might be
awesome.
having.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you with me, Nick?
Yes, I am with you. I don't know if it's my network or yours,
All right.
but I
Nick, are
checked
you?
my internet. The speed is fine. Yeah, so did you
Yeah.
get me?
Miranda, whatever you do, don't stop trading, even if you're not going to. Yes, I got you, Nick.
All right.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you though there's a lag, but either ways, let's go on with the show.
Yes, there is a lag. There's a lag today, unfortunately. Um, Miranda, I just want to say that even if you don't trade with OFP, don't stop trading. You know, I mean, it's okay to take a break, but it's always good to jump back into it too. All right. Well, we're going to dive into this topic and we're going to do the best that we can, even though the internet today is not being very friendly, but we are going to try our best. and we're going to just talk. We're going to have a talk. So feel free to hang out um, yeah, join the conversation. All right, Nick, are you ready for this first
Yes, I'm
question?
born ready.
Have you ever had a winning streak that made you feel untouchable?
Yes, I have. Yeah, especially with gold. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like there was a moment where gold was just going up for weeks. Then, yeah, you just feel like you're untouchable. But I think the one which actually touched me the most was when I was trading Bitcoin a few years back. Think that was like 2018, twenty
Mm.
nineteen. Yeah, I was trading Bitcoin and I was trading it almost like every day. It was like day trading for me. So I would buy it, sell it, buy it, especially buy into the upside as well. And I don't know, I managed to make 100 and something% in just 2 months. That was like crazy. And then I think that was when Bitcoin was touching
That's crazy.
68,000. Yeah, I know. And Bitcoin was touching like 68,000 at the time, and then it started dropping, and then I don't know, it just went all haywire. Like each and every time I try and take a trade to be a loser, and everything like that. So yeah, it really hurt, but yeah, I felt untouchable that time where I could even open more trades in one direction, or just because I was confident that it will go up, because I'll do that most of the time. So yeah.
Mm.
hmm So that's been my situation. I
How
know
do you feel
about
like
you.
that impact your overall decision making? You know?
Yes, of course it does, because you start thinking,
Huh?
oh, when I enter, yes, it does impact your decision making, because you start thinking that if I open this trade, it's going against me. I know this high needs to be breached. This high must be breached. So you just start having this overconfidence, thinking, oh, every trade that I take is going to turn into a profit, and that the market needs to obey me. Something like that. So yeah, it's pretty messed up when you start feeling invisible. Yeah. It's like you you dodged the bullets a couple of times, and then you think you can now go rob the bank. So yeah, something like that. So yeah, so I don't know,
But
it's I'll just that's
if
my knowledge
Bitcoin
about it.
was if so I keep forgetting there's a lag. If Bitcoin was dropping and dropping and dropping, how come you weren't selling? Were you trying to buy when it was dropping? Or were you just
Yeah.
not sure? Like,
Okay. No, like I expected it to make a new high, something like that. And then I was buying every single dip. That's the problem. So I was buying every pullback, I was buying every dip, and every time that I did that, it always worked out well. But then this time, the dip was forever dipping. The dip of the dippity of the dippity dip. Yeah. It was never stopping. So until it reached, I think, 20,000, but I kind of got liquidated by the time it reached 40.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like respond to you when there's no lag. But where would you say the line is between confidence, being confident as a trader and then being overly confident, like how do you recognize when you're crossing that line?
I would say being confident is different because when you're confident, you are able to execute the trade when your setup is ready. That's the difference. And then when you're overconfident, it's when
We're
you
losing
literally
you a
have.
little bit.
Okay, so let me repeat.
Or
When you're confident,
I'm losing you. Go ahead.
I don't know how you're losing me because my internet is just fine right now. I don't know. Mm, yeah, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
I
mine
don't
says
know.
it's
Maybe.
fine. I hear you now.
Okay, that's weird. Okay, yeah. So coming back, when you're confident,
I
you
hear you
are.
now. I was.
Okay. I hope you do hear me this time around. So, I was saying, when you're confident, you are able to execute
Hold on. Nick.
uh, at
I'm,
every moment that your trade is
I'm
accurate.
asking everybody in the audience if they can hear you.
Okay, so who's lagging? Is it me or Rhea? Can you tell us, Miranda? Who's lagging? Is it me or Rhea?
I don't know who I don't know because I can't hear anything Nick is saying. It keeps going in and out.
Yeah, so it's you, Rhea, I
All right. I
believe.
didn't hear anything you said. Okay, let me leave and come back.
All right.
Okay? I'll
I'll,
be back.
sure, no problem.
Can All right, 1 second. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. I just hope it's not laggy anymore.
You can hear me? Does it
Ye-
Marinda, can you tell us if there's a lag? I don't know.
There was a slight lag for a bit, but I'm not sure if it's going to stabilize or not.
Um, okay, she says for right now, no. Nick, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can. I can. So do we try this
Okay,
again?
I'm very sorry about that. I don't know what's going on today. We can try again. Can you go back to what you were saying about the line between being confident and overconfidence and how you can identify when you're crossing it?
Yes. So when you are overconfident, let's start with that. So when you're overconfident, you are literally taking trades that don't make sense. You are not following the plan of which you have set upon. And yeah, like basically, like you feel like you can walk through the rain without getting wet. Something like that. Like where you can just place a trade almost anywhere and make a profit. Yeah, and increasing your lot size, especially. That's the most common. When a trader starts increasing their lot sizes, just or because they're on a winning streak and they feel untouchable. But when you're confident, you are literally executing your trades with the exact lot size you're supposed to use in the exact same risk as always, despite whether the markets are down or up, or even when you're in like a losing streak, you're confident enough that this next trade, whether it's a winner or a loser, I'm gonna execute it the same way I always do and without fail. So that's the thing. That's the major difference here. So confident person has the plan and follows it. Overconfident has no plan or has a plan but goes all in, like the whole ballpark. Yeah, just puts all that risk aside. They forget about risk in short. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, oh no, I'm lagging. Hold on. I'm so tired. It. Okay, I want to go to the next question. Can you
Okay.
still hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right, so this next one I was going to answer. Can you recall a trade where ego overruled your plan? What did you learn from that experience? So I can't really say I recall a specific trade. Um, I just know that I've I've been in situations where I was overconfident in the sense where I believed that the trade was going to go according to my analysis. And so because of that, I would put on, I would risk more than what I might normally risk. So I might add a 0.5% more than what I might normally risk, um, only to find that the trade wasn't going to go in my favor. And, and then I end up losing more on that specific trade. So I would say, like, that is what I've experienced or what I've ran into as far as my overconfidence is concerned, is just making decisions to steer away from my overall trade plan and maybe add more risk. I don't know if I'm still here with you guys or not.
Yeah, you're still
And
here,
maybe
so
add
you
more
relax.
risk than what
Yes.
I might normally do. Of course, then I end in more money. Um, I lagged.
Yeah, you
That's
did towards
great.
the end.
So yeah. Oh, okay, towards the end. Okay. So I can't really say that I remember any specific trade. Um, so yeah. Usually my
Okay.
rule of thumb is only one trade at a time. Today I took 2 trades.
So you are overconfident,
That
in
wasn't a
short.
good idea. So, that wasn't a good idea, but Nick already told us his situation with Bitcoin, so I don't think I need to ask him anything other than, do you think that overconfidence is more dangerous for new traders, or experienced ones? What do you think?
Both. Yeah, cause even if you may have been in the game for a while. Yes, that's you, Rhea. Yeah, so even if you may have been in the game for a while, it can still overcome you. Like this, it's like an addiction. I'm not gonna lie. Like doing all that is all like an addiction. Overconfidence in trading is like an addiction. Like if you, I'm gonna mention crack, but let me mention something else. If you love cake and you're supposed to stay away from cake, yeah, because it makes you gain a lot of weight or something like that. You stop for a while, great, but then you just have that one slice and you're like, oh no, tomorrow won't hurt. So let me have another slice. Next thing you do, your workout routine is out the window and everything, and you've gained a couple of pounds. So same with trading, whether you're new, you're old, if you're overconfident, you'll be adding those lots, aka cake, to your diet, which you're not supposed to. Yeah, and then you end up blowing your account. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, I would never blow my account. I would never risk that much. Um, but yeah, um,
Yeah.
y'all,
But
I'm just
it's a great
I did
example
not have a
about the
good day
cake.
today in the markets, so I'm not the cake. That's a good analogy. A
Mm-hmm.
cake, the cake analogy.
Yeah, so you're the one who does not
Um,
eat that much cake
I think I would
because
agree
she
with you.
knows. Yeah. Okay, you can continue. You can continue.
I don't I don't feel like my win ratio is where I want it to be for me to even be risking eating more cake. Okay. I think if I had a higher win ratio, I might feel more confident, but my win ratio hasn't been where I want it to be. So I already know, you know, most of my trades I'm losing anyway. So, especially right now. So, I'm not going to be foolish and I'm not going to risk that much anyway because I have to protect my capital. So, yeah. Um okay, so what happens? What habits or routines would you say could help someone stay humble and focused, especially after a big win? I have a thought about this. I have a thought. The first thought that comes to mind is taking a break. I believe taking breaks are so beneficial when you're on a winning streak and when you're on a losing streak. Sometimes you have to take a step back to kind of review what's been going on, um, the trading decisions you've been making, why you've been making them, what's going on with you in your day to day life, and examine how those things might be impacting you emotionally and then therefore impacting your trading as well. Because sometimes we have personal things that are going on in our lives and we don't realize how those personal things we're dealing with are kind of overflowing into uh our trading life. Um so I think taking a break when you're not doing well is important, but also taking a break when you're doing well. Like when you're in the winning streak, you had an amazing week, 2 week, you're like, dang, you know what? Especially when you start to notice you're starting to feel a little like, man, I'm the boss. I'm good at this. Yeah, I think that's a good time. I think that's a good time to just take a little break, you know, woosah, and then, get back in it with with a neutral state of mind. Nick, what are your thoughts though?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, so I think staying, well, maybe having a checklist, I would say. Maybe having a checklist. Like if you do know, and I think this also applies to also journaling, if you do know you have a problem when you do have that really big win and you want to try and take another trade, it's best to probably like put your trading on investor mode or something, or you delete the trading app and not check the charts till you probably see on your trading view or something that there's an opportunity setting up, because logging in is a process. Like if you have like an account, you have to download the app, you have to log in and everything like that. So if you do have a problem when it comes to like just keeping your money intact, like when you have that big win, then you have to know when you are supposed to stop and wait for the other high quality trades that you're looking for, rather than emotionally based trades. So that's what I think can help you stay humble, and also just reminiscing on the fact that, oh, remember what happened last time you tried to trade without thinking about the consequences. Yeah, you can try and remind yourself at times regarding that type of trading, like letting reminding yourself that when you stay humble and you're not overconfident, you actually win more than when you're overconfident. Yeah. Daily reminders.
Yeah. I wasn't hearing you, but I hope everybody else did. Okay. Today is just one of them days, y'all. It was not a good day in the markets for me. I haven't had a day like today in the markets in a long time, okay? In months, I haven't had a day like I had today. So I am not happy. And
Yeah,
then
I
to top it
bet.
off, we're having internet connection issues on our live. We're having internet connections on our live, internet connection issues on our live. So I'm sorry
Maybe that puts a
about that.
tariff on the
Um,
internet as well. So for you to receive my signal, I have to pay a 34% tariff.
oh my God. Can you imagine? Can
Yeah,
you imagine? Oh my goodness, having to that would be too that would be a hot mess. A
indeed.
hot mess. Whew. Um, Miranda, I love that you shared that you decided to take a break from trading because you were doing very well, right? I think you might have had some trouble there for a second, and then you really started to get your stride. And I think you hit about maybe 12% or so growth, which was absolutely beautiful. And I applaud you for that. So I don't think it's a bad idea to take a little break, uh, but celebrate that success that you experienced, and then yeah, dive back in. But this is something that I think impacts all of us. It impacts seasoned traders and new traders as well. Um, I don't know who it impacts more though. I would just say it impacts us both at some point. Um, but Nick, do you have any additional thoughts? Anything anything you want to say?
Nothing. Nada. Mayo venti.
Nick, 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 Nick.
Oh
So,
my.
moral of the story. It's okay to be confident, but you may want to check yourself when you're starting to get too confident. Oh man, and just
Okay.
make sure that you stick to your plan. I think it's better to reduce your risk on your trading and risk less than it is to risk more. That's just my personal opinion, Um, I sometimes when I risk more, it doesn't go very well. So, but when I risk less, it always is the trades where I risk less that go in my favor. And then when I decide to risk more, they don't go in my favor. I'm not sure what's up with that. I'm not sure. But we all have a plan. We have a plan for a reason, and it's important for us to stick to our plan, stick to our trade plan. Um, I know that today's topic was a little choppy, thanks to the our good old friend Wi-Fi. But if there was any value that anyone received from this, just some thoughts, that you took away, to kind of just sit with yourself and examine how you might have times where you're feeling a little bit more overconfident and how that might be impacting you mentally in such a way where you find yourself kind of stepping away from the way that you typically would trade. And you're realizing, man, it's time for me to kind of reel that in and really be disciplined and sticking to my plan no matter what. Even when I am doing well, even when I am finding success. That's not necessarily a reason to, overdo it, you know. Um, so if you got any value, please be sure to let us know in the comments. Of course, you can always share um, with other trading friends if you have any. I have a few, like Nick, for example. He's my trading friend, all the way from Zambia, not Zimbabwe.
Exactly.
Oh, Nick. No, I have to joke about that because when me and him first met, I used to get Zambia and Zimbabwe mixed up all the time. So I would always say, "Oh, you're from Zimbabwe," and he would say, "No, I'm from Zambia." But they both start with a Z, so can you blame me?
Oh, better you say I'm from Zanzibar then.
Oh, we appreciate you, Miranda. Yeah, it's what?
Zanzibar, Zanzibar. You should search it up. You search it up. You're gonna start with
Are
a
you
Z as
laughing at
well.
me?
No, no, I'm
Um,
not. I just said that it's best you say I'm from Zanzibar then.
yeah. Miranda, we appreciate your support and we're glad that we can talk things that obviously y'all go through. I go through it. Nick goes through it. Doesn't matter how long you've been trading or not trading. We all go through the same thing. So it's good for us to come together as a community and as traders just to kind of talk about it and be like, hey, did you get too confident this week? Oh, dang, you lost 3% in one day. Give yourself a high five. Oh, help me, Lord. But as always, remember to keep a winning mindset. Stay sharp, keep a winning mindset, and remember that with Forex focus, success is just one trade away.
Right away.
We'll be back next week, hopefully, with much greater connection, especially on my end. Um, and yeah, but we hope you guys have a phenomenal trading week. Hopefully, I can recover. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care, and we will see you next week.